hello. Lame intro, but hey, I'll work on that someday. So today, yes, we are graceless, I guess if you want to call it that. However, as a stand-in for Grace, who definitely has lots of grace, we have Mrs. Good Stuff, who's in a Halloween mood.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, it's October.
I was debating, maybe I should change mine.
Well, I thought you would have your little mask one on and
Yeah,
show.
well, I was debating because of with it being Halloween, but I'm like, no, I like that other picture better. All right, so we'll go with this one. Halloween.
Perfect.
All right. So thank you all for joining. We have a few people that are here. I did just see the notification that we went live, popped up on my phone, so that's good. And I even got a 30-minute notification, which is nice. So I don't know
Sweet.
how or why, the rhyme or reason, but in the past I have not gotten a 30-minute notification. So this morning or this afternoon, wherever you may be, we have Get Over It joining us. Thank you for joining us, Get Over It. We have hashtag Teach Me How to Snuggie. Shadowhawk is here. Come on, show. Click, click. And we have Dave, who just finished a show on his channel promoting Soul Tech. That was pretty cool. Hail the Mo. Whoops. We have more people coming in, and it jumped down quite a bit. We also have Sugar Chris, who I saw over there on Dave's show as well. Mr. Good Stuff is here. Nicholas Gear. And that might be it right about now, unless there's some lurkers or whatever. But thank you guys for joining. As you know, this is a show that I like to do Sundays when I'm available. There are some Sundays that I can't quite make it, like last Sunday. What was I? Oh, I was on the road. I'm like, what was I doing last Sunday? I was driving between my dad's and here, or home. And so Mo was pointing out that he got up early for Sugar's morning show, but it didn't happen. He's on a hiatus there, Mo. I know. I kind of
No.
missed the morning shows with him too. All right. Lost my train of thought. So in this show, we pull up campaigns for comic books and we look at the campaigns themselves and basically give opinions from a backer standpoint as to what we like or don't like about the campaign. Jim has been my co-host in the past. He has since decided that he doesn't want to stream with me. So as I mentioned earlier, Mrs. Good Stuff is going to be my guest today. All right.
In here? No.
Mo says that yesterday he was going to do this show this morning.
So
Okay, well I'm glad that there'll be a return of it. I have my notifications on, Sugar. All right, so let's we were going to over the course of the week I was kind of pre-planning campaigns to look at. There was one that I stumbled across with the buy one back one hashtag that could definitely use some eyes on it. There was another one that someone mentioned to me that hasn't funded yet. It launched just last night. And since both of these are technically not on cgtracker.com right now, we're not going to pull that up. So you guys. All right. So I keep looking at the chat and I see the comments. You make me laugh. Yeah, I don't have much of a poker face. Hey, 24, thanks for joining. Hey, David. All right, so Mrs. Good Stuff, if you want to pull up the Earth's Best Friends, number 4.
Can do.
Now, as I said, this is one that I discovered using the buy one, back one hashtag. I was just curious who was using it, and, some of the people that are talking about it are the ones that's using it. I didn't see a lot of other people using it, so it's probably because it's still getting around there. Who knows what the whole story is behind it. But do you have it? Oh, you do. Okay. I'm looking at the countdown thinking that's not
Yeah. I know I was caught off guard when I first looked at it too. Like, whoa, where am I?
All right, so we're going to add it to the stream. Okay, so this is the first one we're going to look at. This is Earth's Best Friends Book 4. Now, I don't know a whole bunch about Earth's Best Friends. I know I've seen him in some chats.
I think so too, yeah.
But it's probably been a while since I've seen them. So I really don't know much about them. And honestly, I'm not sure how into CG that person is. But, I have seen them. What about you, Mrs.? Have you seen them?
I feel like the name is familiar, but I couldn't be sure.
Okay. All right. So looking right here, and because it confused both of us, the countdown as an image is kind of weird.
That it is.
I wonder if this is
image.
Yeah, that looks like it's more like insides of the books. So yeah, I'm wondering if they've recorded themselves talking about the book and then without editing it, they just uploaded it. Because that's what that's screaming to me. Like, hey, I did a video, I didn't edit it, but come look at it.
And I could play it, but I actually think I might have shared without audio,
That's
like
I
a boomer would
haven't
do.
been looking at videos, so I suppose
Okay.
we can ask the chat if they want to do it or not do it, and we can always.
But there are pages
stop
here.
Sharing, right? You think? Would you really want a sequential page to be the first image you see? Although I suppose it would be better than the countdown image.
Yeah.
And it starts at 24, so is it like 24 seconds of intro and then you get to the...
You have to sit through the countdown. That's probably just an oops, probably on some snap. They didn't realize they didn't clip it.
Yeah, Mo points out this is a kid's book.
Okay.
Which is one of the things that's kind of nice about this, because I have seen conversations how there should be more kids' books in CG, and actually both of the books that we're going to look at appear to be for the kid ages, like for kids. The art doesn't look bad.
Mm-mm.
Although some of those word balloons could use a little help. In terms of, I suppose I'll explain my opinion on that. There seems to be a lot of space around those word balloons.
With the different font sizes. Same size bubbles,
so
but
it's
different
almost...
font sizes.
That's true. Yeah. Pretty sure Eric Weathers is not the letterer on this one.
This one's a pretty clear image, though.
Yeah, but still, I think I would tighten up one of the balloons, although not that you're hiding a bunch underneath it. It is kind of nice that they're a bit opaque, so you can see through it, but you're not missing anything that's under it. It's pretty basic of a background that it's covering up.
Yeah. Should I go down?
We have a vote that they want to see the video, so I don't know if you want to stop sharing and then reshare. And Pale Rider is basically saying, so no boobs. Well, there might be some boobs, but I'm sure they're not emphasized.
They're probably well covered.
Well covered, yes. Mo points out that one of the characters doesn't wear pants, but he's a guy. All right, so Moses, he's tried to help him. So has he been around lately? I know Good Stuff says he's seen him around. Let's see if I can find him up here, but it's been a little bit since I've seen them. Hey ACC, thanks for joining. But it could be because they're busy building a book or whatnot. All right, so we're back to adding it to the screen. All right, let's watch. Let's take a moment and watch this trailer.
See what we're in for.
We might not watch all of it, but where'd the countdown go?
I don't know.
That's a good thing.
All right, it's playing.
It is.
Hello. Welcome once again to another Saturday morning laundry live stream with me, EB. That's Earth's Best Entertainment. I've got my kids here, Mumbles and Bumbles.
Am I Bumbles?
I don't know. You might be Bumbles.
No, I don't want to be Bumbles.
And this is a special live stream because not only is it a live stream, but it is also
20 minutes.
The video for my
Let's fast forward a little,
Earth's Best Friends book 4, because I can hit that initial $500 first. So that's the plan, guys. For Earth's Best Friends Volume 2 starts with book 4, planned
He's
to
sharing
be
his phone.
82 pages of story.
I know.
So that
Okay,
is
go
my
Where am I
ahead.
at?
No,
any
just keep
extra
going.
pages
It's
I'll be
fine.
popping into this book. Obviously,
Yeah, I think it's
completed
just
and printed. It
going through the
is
tears.
automatically on your doorstep the day I'm able to ship it out.
That's quick shipping.
All in perpetuity
I don't
for
think
that
that's likely,
$100 price tag. What a deal. I've already got one guy who's done that, and he has already benefited from it. And from this
He
campaign,
sounds
once I have
passionate.
book 4
I
done,
know.
guess what? Boom. That one's his too. EBF Essentials. Boom, boom. Those are his too.
Wow.
Already given.
What's the
He's
chef that
already
does the
paid.
boom?
Season 1.
Emerald.
Emerald, yeah.
Bam.
Bam.
That's
All right.
great.
All right, I think we can
There's
stop it there. I
the
think we
Okay.
get
EBF
the gist.
Essentials.
Oh,
I mean, that's pretty enthusiastic.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know that I would embed that there. Maybe a little further down the page, or like
I thought it was going to lead into a trailer, and that's
that's what I thought
kind of where I thought it was
too.
going.
I don't. If they don't do a trailer, I suppose that's fine. You know, you get the camp that some people like trailers, some people
Mhm.
don't. Which
I like them.
I've seen some good ones, and I know you like them because you guys use them on your shows to help make some awareness for some other creators and such. I don't know. There are some pros to that. I will say that, but I really think it needs more help than not. All right. Mo points out it's not a trailer; it's an entire cinematic universe. I really think he did, and I get the wash and dry, the wash and go thing, because that's what I like about it. It's a wash and go. You know, I'm not editing, I'm
Right.
recording, I'm leaving it as it is. I might be changing my thumbnail at the end, but that is it. So I kind of get the, hey, I'm just gonna do the live stream to talk about the show, and maybe I'll add it to the campaign, but I'm not sure this is the best way or the best place for it. But yeah. All right. So we saw some internal pages with the above,
Yes.
some minor issues or issues with the word bubbles. The art wasn't bad. I can definitely see it as a kid thing. All right. So we'll read the short summary. Oh, well, hello to Raiden, who joined, JP. We
Hello.
also have Marinus, who joined, Astro Zombie, and Jaro. And I think that's all what I see right here for now. Okay, so short story. Hello, my name is Michael Giatti, and I am the author and creator of Earth's Best Friends, a family-friendly, all-ages Saturday morning cartoon homage of epic proportions. This is the fourth book of as many to come as I can afford to publish. This is a passion project to me, one that is important for me for a lot of different reasons. On a personal level, I want to show that my kids, that anyone can achieve their dreams with hard work and see the fruits of their labor. On a professional level, I want to provide family-friendly comic books free from agenda or weird social or political subjects. I want the next generation to fall in love with comics the way they did so that the medium stays alive. Getting the funding for the book 4 means the world to me, to my kids, and to the future of comics. This book has a lot of great stories in it, and I cannot wait to share it with you. All right, so just looking here, there's some things that I would change with this. Now, the about me, I wouldn't put first thing, because I want to know about the book, not about you. At least not here. And then you see the first perk option?
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to get
I
you
thought
to
it was
buy
an
a cup
ad
of
at
Joe
first.
Yeah. Like, buy me a cup of coffee. It's more important than the book, because this is the first tier that you're seeing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. The comic should probably come first. I usually see those last. If you want to, toss somebody a tip or whatnot.
Yeah, Snuggy says, if you're not Grand Nolam, don't ask me to buy you a drink. And Raiden kind of agrees here. He's basically saying, oh, click. Oh, that's not Raiden. Sell the story, not the impact of your story. The audience decides that. Yeah. All right. So what we need and what you get. Now, I'm not going to go into that, but what we need, so they're basically telling you what they need from you, and then they're basically telling you what they get. Where's the info about the book? Okay, so let's see. You can get just book 4, then you'd like a fuller collection. There's the volume 1 plus book 4 combination, which combines book 4 into the already available volume 1 for a unique printing exclusive to Indiegogo. I also have the season 1 pass, which gets the book sent to your door in perpetuity. And with this campaign, you have an opportunity to advertise in this book as well. I do not reach my entire goal. Any money raised will be going to pay my artist, Sean Pedroso, to complete pages for this book. Every amount raised helps and is getting harder to fund this myself with my own paychecks. Thank you for your consideration.
Did I zone out, or was that like I just didn't quite understand you could just get volume 4, then there's 1 plus book 4 combination, which combines book 4, and I was gone.
It was very confusing.
Already
No,
into the
I
available
agree with
volume
you.
1. Okay.
Now, I would hope all that would transfer into what you're seeing in the campaigns and the
Yeah.
tiers, and we'll look
Okay.
at that in just a minute. But I'm still not knowing, okay, I know that there's 4 volumes, but what happened in the previous 4 volumes? What's the stories that are in the book? Is it an anthology? What kind of a book am I getting? Is it, saddles stapled? Is it perfect bound? Is it like several floppies together? Is it newspaper? Is it 10 pages? Is it 25 pages? Is it 120 pages? Where is all that? That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then, so we go down to check out these pages from Going Ape and A Day in the Life. What pages? Yeah, no, it's not there because then looking for more info. Where do you check out that? And then what's Going Ape? What's A Day in the Life? These must be some
It
short
makes
stories.
me think there's something down below, and then it makes me think
Right.
there's something wrong.
Did he get interrupted? But this campaign it's not super new. It is new-ish. But if he got sidetracked yesterday, you would think he'd come back today to finish up and edit.
Mm-hmm. Sorry if you hear my dogs.
No, that's fine. All right, so hang on. Let's go up to, let's see. Oh, I saw Soul joined. Hey, Soul. Pale Ride is talking about the intro. So teach kids about hard work and put them in fields picking produce. Then they can actually see the fruits of their labors.
Got a point. Not wrong.
Mo says he has a website somewhere, but it's earthbestsomething.com. The site explains the characters, sorta. So his website explains the characters, kinda, but we're missing it here. This is where you're trying to sell a book, and I'm sorry to say
and
it,
I don't see
doing a horrible
to that
job.
Website either. I mean,
yeah, no web link to the website either. Maybe he mentions it in that 20-minute video, but I ain't watching the 20-minute video.
It's a lot to get through to,
Yeah. Hey, Margot.
Hey, Margot.
Let's see. Exactly. You got to back it to find out. And we'll see exactly how much he wants us to back it. Let's see. Mo is suggesting I back it as well. The art doesn't look horrible, and I'm a little more forgiving of the balloons. I know some people are like, I just can't read it. Pale Rider points out, might just be me, but I don't like when people talk about personal finances. I agree.
Yeah.
Mo says, I can't, the video probably has all the backstory, but I can't believe you skipped through it. It looks like he was sharing his phone page, so we're just looking at what we're seeing here, right?
Yeah. It looked like he was going through the tiers.
All right, so let's start back at the top. So there's a coffee for $5.
Yes.
I don't mind those per se. I know Snuggie did point out that, the only person he's doing something like that too is, Graham Nolan. But it's almost kind of like it's a tip if you want to help out the campaign without actually getting the book. There's a way to tip $5. So I don't mind those. But the Chill Zone cup definitely does make you think it's a commercial.
Yeah, I totally would have skipped it thinking, oh, that's an ad for a slushie somewhere at the local 7-Eleven.
What is the Chill Zone? Like the local 7-Eleven?
I thought it was like ice. Like when you
Well,
buy a
it's
bag of
probably
ice, isn't it
coffee.
chill zone? I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't
It's
know
kind of
either.
strange. I've never seen a cup of Joe. Looks like that.
All right, so then scroll down.
Yeah, I'm not.
You get the EBF Essentials. So EBF is Earth's Best Friends Essentials. HFNH at AT. What the heck is HFNH and AT? I have no idea who they are.
No. And should there maybe be a drop down that sort of explains in this
If
area
you
here?
click
Or do I have
on
to
it,
click on
it
it?
might tell you. It should. Some
I'm
details will
scared.
break
Okay,
down.
there we go.
So it does explain a little bit. So Earth's Best Friends Essentials is a more financially sound way to support Earth's best friends. These digital downloads are exclusively going to be printed for Indiegogo backers only. This is just the stories of animal teens and hyper feline ninja heroes. There's where the acronyms come from.
Yeah.
Okay. From the first 3 books, volume 1. Great if you haven't backed this. This will be an 8x11 floppy. Okay, now we know what it is. Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
But wait. These digital downloads only. And at the end it says this will be an 8x11 floppy. So wait, he's contradicting himself. Are we getting digital or are we getting a floppy?
Well, and again, the first statement is about, like someone had mentioned, I guess, financially sound way to support, gotta like through the financial in there. But these digital downloads only are exclusively going to be printed for Indiegogo backers only. So maybe it sounds like they are digital, but they're only printed as an option for Indiegogo backers.
Maybe. And I do see that you do see the HF and H in the little icon page, or the little, whatever you want to call it, thumbnail. But the thumbnail's a little confusing to me as well. I suppose that's just a team photo of the feline people. All right, so yeah, I'm assuming digital at that price. So all
Yeah.
right, keep going down.
Okay.
Interior ad for $20. So you can advertise in the book. There you go. Not a bad price if you want to advertise in a book, although
What was it? $20?
right now they might only have 2 backers, so how many people are going to see that ad? So there's a volume 1 second edition. So Earth Best Friends Volume 1 second edition is available now here on Indiegogo. Only get it for $10. Okay, in the description he says $10, but look at the price that he's trying to sell it for.
Yeah, it's confusing.
So I'm wondering, where is he cutting and copying these descriptions from, and has he bothered to edit the page?
Yeah, did he launch it somewhere else and then he didn't? Yeah, maybe, like you said, copied and pasted. Because I also noticed the availability dates of one of them up here had changed. Where did I see that? I can't remember where I saw it now. Oh, shit. Back.
Good thing you're signed out. Although wait, it looks like it was $3 shipping. That's not bad. Oh no, that was $3 tip, I think. You clicked on the digital one. Yeah, watch out for those tips on Indiegogo.
Estimated March 2023. One of them had been changed to October.
Wait, that one says September.
There we
Why
go. It was
is there
this one.
different dates?
Yeah.
And then the first one said there's September. So they're all different rates.
It said March, now it's October this year.
Now, is that the one that's saying, hey, buy me for 25, but it talks about being 10 in the thing?
Yes.
Yeah. And then this one talks more about, so this is the updated volume 1 with better credit pages and a preview of Going Ape from book 4. Great if you were new to Earth's Best Friends, you were a returning fan. Volume 1 is what the books 1 through 3 put into a big book. It's HFNH, AT, and more. Now, okay, I've never seen this IB before. This is so confusing me as where I would need to start if I wanted to get into it.
Yeah, you'd have to just go all in and just get whatever they've got, because to try to go by this, I have no idea where it starts, where it ends, what's going on. Volume 1, 2E.
Yeah. All right, so we have Soul that's asking, I'm not quite sure how he is asked, like, are you generally irritated by the campaigns you were talking about? Is that the rhythm of the show or an unusual case? This one,
This is unusual for me.
this campaign here needs a bit of work. I'm having a hard time finding the pros to this. Usually I can find pros and cons to things. It's I do the show because I want to help people out. I want people to get eyes to this. He's only at $45. What's his goal, Mrs.?
I believe he said 500.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he has a
that's pretty low.
he has low goal, so it is achievable. But I'm wondering if he's looking at this like, why do I only have? I think he said 2 backers.
3, I
Well,
think.
I'm
Yeah,
not
3.
from if looking at it a backer standpoint, I've not seen this IP before. I don't know what it's about. It is great that he's offering kids books, although kids books are kind of a hard sale. But I've also seen people wanting to back more kids books. But this just I don't know anything about it. I don't know what the stories
Yeah.
are. I don't know who's who. I don't know where I should be getting. And it's one of the downfalls that when you've already created many volumes previously, like that's one thing that I don't like about Alterna. And I love Alterna. Don't get me wrong. Well, the premise behind it and stuff, but they have so many issues that are already out. I'm not sure where I need to jump on board. Well, okay, I do know because they number them pretty well. But it's like I have to get all the ones before to feel as though I can jump into today.
Yeah.
So I have to do a little bit more research on my part to be able to do that. And as we've established last night, saying that I'm a lazy link thrower, I like research and stuff, but when it comes to like someone who's trying to sell something to me, like these campaigns are, they should be putting this stuff on a plate for me to easily understand, to easily
Yeah.
jump on, to easily know what I am getting, to know how much I'm spending, because this one's like, it said $10 one place, it said $25 another. I
Yeah, and
it's not a normal thing. So no, I wouldn't say it's a normal thing.
I'm
This one
not
is
opposed at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly annoyed at any part of it at all, and I'm not opposed about, picking up a series in a second or third or whatnot if because I'm a late starter anyway. So, I mean, I'm behind on a lot of the things out there that have had a few issues. So I don't mind catching up and buying them, in bundles and all of that. But like they're clearly labeled like catch up on the series, and then it
right.
tells you, you've missed volume 1 and 2, you're starting with 3, get 1 and 2, get them all together. Like it's just sort of easily laid out. And this is, I think, the only annoyance, if I was to have any, is just the confusion of not, maybe it's typos, or maybe, like you said, it's a copy and paste, from one try to another. But it is
Right.
a little bit confusing to know what exactly you're getting.
Right.
But I don't have anything against, I think, children's books and the whole, I mean, I like the statement when he introduced, I mean, I agree that, it's probably maybe not the first thing you want to see or hear about, but I'm doing this with my kids and for my kids and teaching my kids hard work, and, for them to learn that you can, kind of put, like you said, see the fruits of their labor.
Right. I
without
know
picking fruits.
in the video he had the kids in the background. Part of me cringed, but part of me was kind of like, oh, that's nice too, where he called them
It was cute.
whatever 2 names he called them, and the kid's like, I'm not so and so, and then he's like, oh, you must be so and so. I'm like, that's kind of endearing.
Yeah.
Granted, I think it's the wrong place for it, but it is kind of like, oh, he is relatable, he has kids, he wants to provide some good entertainment towards kids. Hey, I have kids, I want to provide good entertainment for my kids too.
Yeah.
So
well, there was some
there's
part of
that.
it that caught your interest enough to pull it up. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then, I think for the most part, people when they do campaigns and they're already a few volumes in, they will offer like a tier for the new one, and then they offer like a catch-up tier. And I like that. It
Right.
makes
Yeah.
it kind of nice and easy because it's like, okay, I can back the past ones when I back the new ones. But the way he's setting it up here, I'm just finding it very confusing. Like, I would need to write down things so I'm understanding what I'm backing and what I'd want to back. And that's a lot of work to ask of a backer, in my opinion.
Mm.
Maybe, hence the opinions are like.
We all have
Everybody's got them. You might not agree with me. And, maybe he has a rhyme or reason to what he's doing, and I'm just not aware of it. So there's a Shane variant. So my guess that is an artist with the name of Shane Layton. Not
Yep.
familiar with who Shane Layton is. But, and see, there's another instance where it's talking about, hey, you can only get it for $10, but it's offering for 25.
It's the updated volume one here on Indiegogo. Only get it
I
for
don't know
10.
if
This
he
is the
like
updated volume.
decided to change his prices. Maybe he did like a special for like the first couple of days out. Although technically, if you publish it at once, you can't edit what you've already done. Although if
Okay,
you didn't
so-
sell it, you couldn't.
Perhaps it's maybe like quote unquote marked down to $10. I guess you find out once you get to the checkout.
Yeah. Why don't you grab that one? We'll see what the shipping is on it.
Do.
Without the $4 Indiegogo tip.
Oh Lord, they're trying, aren't they? $10.
That's pretty standard shipping. That's not bad. What if we did
They don't even give you 0, as in you have to actually type it in. They're making you do the work.
I know. They used to just, you could click on 0. Now it's like, you have to.
Help us
input
not
the
charge
background.
you an extra.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know where the $10. It's not. I would assume if it was marked down, this would come into play here.
You think those are answers there, Mo? He probably considered cutting out when his kids interrupted, but he already had their trailer down to a really tight 19 minutes.
No. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no images in the content section.
Little bit confusing. Let's see, where are we at the
I'm not irritated by the suggestions, Mo. I really like the thing. That's one of the reasons why I like doing a longer format. Like, I could just re-record these if I wanted to, but I like the chat interaction. You guys are why I'm here. Mo Biggs points out that he also has different numbers depending on where you look in the comic book, not a math book. All right.
Book 4 soft cover?
Okay, so that looks like that's what the campaign's for. Right?
That looks like the images that we saw.
Yeah. It's $30, so it's more.
Okay.
So why is it more? Because you're getting like 3 editions for 20, or books 1 through 3 for $25. But so the stories you'll get are Lexter Forever, Out of Sight, Tween Titans, Going Ape a Day in the Life Story, Family Problem. So he's listing the stories, but I have no idea who these characters are. Like, how do I know that story is going to be endearing to me? And it's a soft cover for $30. I have no idea how many pages. Am I missing that with the scroll down?
No.
All right, keep scrolling. There's a back cover ad.
Volume 1 plus book 4. Volume 1 with book 4 added on to it in more convenient printing.
So it looks like you probably get 1 through 3 and then a 4. And you're getting it at a deal, which is kind of nice, because if you're getting 1 through 3 at $25 and then you're backing the 4th book at $30, you're saving $5. So that is a benefit. And then you can donate comic books to kids. Click on that. Does it say where or how they donate? So donate a copy of Earth's Best Friends Volume 1 plus Book 4 to Comic Books for Kids, an organization that gets books and toys to children with terminal diseases. Give the gift of joy to a sick kid today. I like the idea that he includes the donations.
That was the tier up above, with this just simply being donated.
Okay, so it is the same price, right? Okay.
Comic books for kids, an organization. Okay, so the organization is comic books for kids.
That sounds like right.
Okay.
That's what I got from it. I haven't really, I don't know if it's a legit company. I'm assuming so. All right, let's keep scrolling. And a season 1 pass.
Investment pass. Okay.
With a season 1 pass, you are investing into the future of Earth's best friends. You will receive all books that are readily available now, plus all books offered from this campaign, plus future books in perpetuity as they are released. Now, when you have in your description, and it might be, yeah, right next to it. So if the funding doesn't meet, he's keeping the money, he's paying Padriso. So, but it says every amount raised helps as it's getting harder to fund this myself with my own paycheck. So in that line, it makes me think, hey, this might not be an ongoing thing, but yet please give me money.
Yeah, like it might not work out.
Right.
Then you're signing up for future.
You're setting up for future stuff, but it's not going to work out.
So how many books, if you were to sign up now, and even if he didn't make any more, how many does that give you? 4?
Well, I'm thinking with the
Five?
$50, you have everything that they've already produced.
Except maybe the variant.
Soft cover. Oh, okay. So yeah, it looks like it's giving all the different varieties that they have published in.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, you do get a little more money with that, but it is a bit of a gamble to back something like that. And what if there is no more future content?
Sure.
All right, so.
But that's the full gamut. So that you think probably the best savings, the most for your money would be this.
I'm not, Mo. I thought I could, but I'm not. I'm sorry, Mrs. What was that?
I can't see the comments. I'm dying.
I'll pull that for you later.
Okay. Was there anything else that you wanted to look at on this?
Probably not this, unless we have other people that are looking at it. But Snuggie did point out that it appears. Damn it, my highlighting just went wonky.
Oh, look, we didn't open the Cup of Joe. You do get your name in the book credits.
Oh, well, that's a nice little caveat to buying the drink. And it doesn't say it anywhere else, so I wonder if you back into the other tiers if you get the name in it. But I know some people do like it, some people don't.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on it. Some days I like it, some days I don't. So Snuggie points out that congrats, you spent more time on this campaign than the creator did. Hey, AA, thanks for joining. I'm just getting into the stream and I've already have a headache. How do you ladies do this? We are dedicated.
Doing the research.
Mo Biggs, $50 gets you everything. For that extra 50, you are buying a wing and a prayer, Amanda. It's called faith. Maybe I've heard of it. Some days, Mo, some days. Get your name on the cup. Yeah, when he goes into Starbucks, he's giving your name to the barista.
There you go.
They could write it on the cup.
But then I get to say what name that they're going to put on the cup and yell out when it's done. Scrotum. Scrotum. Your flat white is ready.
Raiden point. He's already lying. The coffee drink only costs $4.85. What happens to the leftover 15 cents? That is for the next coffee. All right, so there's that one. Not sure if you guys have any other comments on that. I know the campaign is rough, although I think the intentions are good. The art looks decent. I wish I could see more of it rather than just through the scroll thing. But I'm assuming he's probably not super familiar with Indiegogo and the ways to use it to benefit you. Nor has he probably seen any of the helpful hints that others have stumbled across when using Indiegogo to their benefit as in building and stuff. Now he has 22 days left and there's no updates, so I'm not sure if this is the first 30 or the second 30. I'm trying to think if like I said, I stumbled across this on Twitter using the buy one back one. So I'm trying to think exactly how old those Twitter tweets are. but it might be this might be the first 30. So, there is hope that he can get to his $500 goal. I would think that it would benefit him to do some editing to the campaign page because, I'm really not sure what I'm buying, if I'm backing or whatever, however you look at it. If you're backing, if you're buying, if you're investing, however you want to look at it.
Yeah. I think for me, it didn't look like what I normally see, campaigns that I normally see on Indigo. It just wasn't set up the same. So for me, it was pretty confusing and a lot less in the images and artwork department than I'm used to seeing.
All right, now we looked at how not to do your campaigns. Let's move to the other end of the spectrum and check out the Cromniverse. No, we're not going to look at Cromniverse. However, we are going to look at something that launched last night. It appeared to be a ninja launch. Now, I did know this campaign was launching. I've seen some few tweets from the creator itself. I am familiar with the creator. They have been around. But they said it was launching today, and I was kind of surprised that it looks like they just might have hit the go button at midnight. So he's following the Roquefort method, I guess.
Living on the edge, baby.
So this is Unemployed Monsters presents. This one is Pump's Back. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Pump's Back. I've seen him around lately. I've seen him around in the beginnings of me being here like 2 years ago. He would hang out a lot in Leroy stuff. I know he's been on Leroy's streams before. Pum, in my opinion, is a genuinely likable guy. So this one's his. And it looks like he did make funding. Now, that just happened not too long ago because I know when I pulled it up this morning, he was still not at his goal.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yep. So, let's see. Hang on before we move on. So, Seoul is pointing out there are campaigns that speak to you, others that don't speak to you. This one speaks in riddles. I think that is a great way to say it. And then Dave says Pump's Back is cool, but does doing things his own way. I don't know why Raiden is trying to do a GIF, but that's okay. All right, so he has a goal of $500. He's doing pretty low, but I think if we scroll down, this is done. But so okay. Hey there, potential Indiegogo backers. My name is David T. Otterby, and I need your help to fund Unemployed Monsters. Now, I really like it when they get into the book first, not introduce themselves. But hey, it's quick. It's short. I've read that in 2 seconds. Okay, keep going. You got an image of what it is. So it's Unemployed Monsters is an all ages universe. Definitely a nice thing. Another kid book. So the story revolves. Okay, I'm looking at receipts. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. The story revolves around CJ and his two friends, Clive and Waymo. Waymo? All they want to do is play rock and roll because it's fun. There is also an evil rock band called Gleemo, and as far as they're concerned, there is only room for one rock band in this city. There's going to be a duel at the end, I bet.
Is that Glee? Emo and Glee? Gleemo?
Did they say what there was? All they wanted.
I don't know.
They said what there. It was Whammo. Whammo.
Although the evil rock band is Gleemo.
Yeah. Unemployed Monsters presents a 56-page saddle-stitched, high-quality, full-color comic book. I like how that's bold. You know what you're getting. Although 56 pages with a saddle-stitch, is that... I don't have very many saddle-stitch comics in my collection. What does that look like, guys, for those that do know? That to me, that almost looks like it's not going to sit right unless you have it pressed pretty flat in something. All right, so it contains 38 pages of main story with pencils and inks by Jake Kazikos of Rick and Morty, and colors by Josh Perez, Transformers, written by David T. Otterby, that's me, so that's Pump's Back, and lettered by Eric Weathers. So sounds like he's got a pretty decent crew going on. I was not a Rick and Morty fan, but I am familiar with it.
I am a Rick and Morty fan.
Okay. Two beautiful covers to choose from by Justin Noel and DVO, which I just realized as I was looking at the campaign earlier, is Bob's Burgers, like a Bob's Burger artist, creator, something of
Oh,
the sort.
okay.
And then by which I'm not a Bob's Burgers fan either, but I'm familiar with it.
Man.
By backing this book, you'll be helping to create new wholesome content to counteract all the recycled junk the mainstream media has been putting out. Here's a few pages of the book. All right, we know what we're getting. Now we get an example of what we're getting. I like the art.
Gleamo. I do too. Yeah, it's very Rick and Morty-ish, which I do like. 100% complete.
100% complete. Yep.
Nice. What is that guy supposed to be?
What guy?
This guy with the turd for hair.
I'm assuming it's probably one of the main characters
Is he a
in the
turd?
title before, but I have no
I
idea.
want to
who's
know.
who.
Is he a turd?
Yeah.
Is he a pumpkin?
Just a monster. All right, we can scroll down a little further.
Oh, there's a lot of examples.
Now the evil guy looks evil. I'm assuming he's an evil guy.
Chain Brain. This guy here. This is cute.
How do you know that's Chain Brain? Because he
says, Chain Brain, please
Okay.
escort Gleamo to their
can't see the-
instruments.
I can't read it very well on my
It's
screen.
time for their rehearsals.
And then there's also an 8-page backup story with art from Orlando Valley, Rick and Morty Solar Opposites, colored by Matt Yackey of Deadpool and lettered by Eric Weathers. Check it out below. Doesn't that sound fun? Please back it today. Then there's an example of the backup story. I like that it's straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm getting. I can see what I'm getting. Definitely opposite of what we just got done with.
And I like the colors too. I'm a sucker for.
All right, so I'm just gonna scroll
colors.
over here.
Tiers or the stretch goals first?
We can still scroll down just a sec.
Okay.
So Dave says I was looking forward to this, but it only ships to the U.S. apparently. I think he talks about it a little bit further. Although when I was looking at the campaign, and we'll get into it a little bit more, I kind of was wishing for another option as well. Let's see. Good way to bring in all those Rick and Morty fans looking for an all ages book. David points out that it's not to Switzerland. Now, actually I'll say it now. So when I was looking earlier, I was looking for like a digital option. Just because I like seeing the option. And there's not a digital option. So that would solve some shipping issues, but you know, you have some people that prefer not to do digital. So Jason is pointing out Saddle Stitch is just traditional comic book stapled, right? It won't stand upright, but I think it's easier to open up and read. Right, but it's 56 pages thick. Isn't like a standard floppy, 32? So you're almost doubling it. So that's a pretty thick boy.
Phrasing.
Let's act out. Yeah, Dave, it's not your fault. So, No Bakes, I know that the book and comics creators are nothing alike, but the title Unemployed Monsters does bring Goofanoid to mind. Soul points out that he prefers physical books too, but when the option's there, digital is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Illustrator Monk did that. All right, okay. Standard floppy is 20 to 23. 22. All right. Hey, Derek, thanks for joining. And Mr. Von Stugel, I see you popped in too. All right, so we got stretch goals with Q. Oh, you know what? Did you share the video on this one?
I did not yet.
All right.
First?
Yeah, because I was watching Finn's earlier today, and he played the video. You said you did share the video, the
no
sound?
Yes,
No,
I
no.
did.
Okay, yeah.
The
Go ahead, play. Let's play.
come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book, come buy a comic book. Flip the pages to an awesome story about 3 kids rocking and rolling on the street. Get in the garage and practice till you make something that you love. And when you share it with the world, don't be afraid to go against the evil people. People with holes in their heads and cheesy music on the radio. Put posters on the walls, rip them down so they can fall. We made this music by ourselves, nobody even helped. I hope the bad guys end up straight in jail somehow. You'll have to read the comic book to find out.
That was adorable.
I thought it was adorable too. Not the best trailer I've ever seen, in my opinion. But when you're trying to target kids, this definitely has a lot of and I don't know how many kids are going to be on Indiegogo, but it has the right parts. You get the kids singing, you get the corny theme music, but it works. You got the images and I thought it was well.
It feels like something you'd see on Saturday morning.
Right. So
Walk
Dark
in on your kids
Side, haha, this trailer is great. I'm assuming they were twerking. It is a kid's book there, David.
Probably not.
Soul points out that he thought it was Hanson in rehab. Hey, Captain, thanks for joining. All right, so yeah, stretch goals not listed. Which I suppose
first stretch goal at 5K.
He's waiting, which is fine. That makes sense because it's to entice once you make the goal. Risks and challenges. The book is 100% complete. All 56 pages are colored and lettered. The last thing left is to send the finished files to the printer. You will not be waiting very long for this book. The book will be printed in Q1 of 2023 and shipped ASAP. He put a March date by the looks, which is still Q1. I think it's funny that he put Q1 though.
Q1.
I wonder if most people would figure that out. Probably. International buy. So he does address international buying. Please bear with me as I am a first-time creator and wanted to tackle one thing at a time. Once I have the book printed and start shipping, the comic will be available for international buyers as well. And then a little side note, dear Lord, thank you for helping me get this far. Amen.
So there is potential to receive it internationally.
Right. Yep. When I was looking at this earlier today, I was looking at the different tiers, and we'll get to that. I wanted to back this today, but I was hesitant because I didn't want to pay the $25 for it today. I probably would have already backed it if I did. But I was looking for a digital option because I definitely would have, paid $10 or however much, not full price, for a digital copy, so I at least know that I have that part coming. But he doesn't have a digital option. So we have 2 books as the featured tier. So we have the 2 variants of the cover. Excuse me, one moment.
She's trying not to cough.
Yeah, I was just gonna have a choking
sneeze.
fit. No, it's gonna be a choking fit. All right, so, and I don't have a drink right next to me. All right, we'll have to wait.
Always have a drink, Andy.
I should, but I didn't plan that far ahead. All right, so you have the 2 covers, and then you have a sketch, which is kind of neat. Basically get everything right there for $50.
And it's signed.
Yep. Of a randomly inserted UMP character. And it's 5x7. 4 people have claimed that. All right. How much is the shipping on that?
Let's find out. Select your options. Oh, look.
Wait a second. Didn't it just say randomly inserted?
It did.
But you get to pick which character you want. Which is, that's a nice caveat, but it is a little confusing with the description.
I'm liking the names here, though. Stinko base. Frequency Jones, Chain Brain. So we'll choose And then boom, 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 boom.
I think you just hit calculate, yeah.
Oops. Damn it, Beavis. Ben.
10. Okay. You can add extra sketches if you want.
Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, snap.
No, you're there.
There we go. Okay,
And then the
so,
next tier is just a 5x7 sketch, which I think this is. I'm surprised he's did it this low. Like, I almost think he's cheating himself. Like $5 for an original sketch.
I mean, that's a pretty good deal. And you could add, what has he got at least listed there? What, 7 of them listed there? 7 sketch cards for $45
of any UMP character that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
it's cool that that's on
this
there.
is pretty cool. So this is almost like, hey, for like, instead of buying them a cup of joe, you can do this 5x7 sketch. You get something in return. Granted, there is shipping on this. It was $5 shipping to the US. I did check this tier out earlier myself. Which $10 for an original 5x7 sketch is pretty neat. You can argue the fact that, hey, it's new IP. Not a whole bunch of people are going to know about the IP, have an interest in the IP to want to have original art to it. But you do have those that, like, I have some original art. This is a good price to me.
Yeah, if you're doing it as a gift, you know what I mean?
Right.
To a child, I think they're more easily, I think they're going to be reading the book if they're going to be reading the book and they have the sketch cards with them. I mean, kids love to collect that stuff, so.
Yeah.
I think it's nice.
Dave is doing the sketches. Pumps Back is doing the sketches. All right. You got the one variation. So Justin Noel, who is from Rick and Morty, which is the guy that's doing the internal pages of the main book. Not 100% sure if he was doing the backup book too. And then you have a villain variant by...
Actually, I like that one.
Is it DVO, DVD? No. OVD?
DVO?
DVO, okay. Can't quite make it out from here. Who works on Bob's Burgers. I like the product recognition that he has with the people that involved.
Yeah.
So there's that one.
Look at this one.
You can get all of the 5x7s for $25.
Come on.
Or maybe not all, but at least the majority.
The following. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
All right, so you're saving $10 getting it that way. Because if you're doing 7 at 5, that's 35. So you're saving $10.
Oh, I said 45 earlier. Sorry, 35.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's scroll up to see how much one book costs for shipping. With shipping, I should say.
Okay.
Doesn't matter which. I'm assuming it doesn't matter which one. I would hope that the shipping price for both of them are the same.
He's done a good job so far. I would think so. Yep. And then,
now, is it just me? The first one you had to do the tip. This one you don't. What's the difference?
well, I haven't proceeded to checkout yet.
No, I know, but before when you were doing the shipping, it automatically did the tip. And I know in the past for me it did, but there's something about this campaign that's not.
I don't know. I thought I had to go to checkout first for it to do that. I
think checkout will do your... Are you logged out? Because I'm pretty sure if you hit proceed to checkout, it's going to go where you enter in all your information. I don't think it'll offer you a tip from here on out.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm logged. I mean, I think I'm logged out.
No worries.
I don't know. Let's add a perk.
Yeah. Okay. The portrait pack's all of them.
Okay.
All the sketches. So yeah, $10 shipping for just one book. Same thing if you're adding on all the books. So there's no increases in that. Am I wrong though, Mo? Like, it would show you the tip here. Sometimes they just get a bit more aggressive trying to shove the tip in.
I'll stop sharing.
Oh, I get it now. Reading it out loud to get it. Thanks, Mo.
All right, I'm logged out, and it is once you continue to payment is where it puts in the 15% automatic.
Oh, it does. Okay, so
Yeah.
after that. All right. So it says it could have done with a bit more DVL do energy. Yeah. Dwarf versus Lion is definitely catchy.
Yep.
So Mo points out that he's doing things one thing at a time. Launch number 1 and begin lightly promoting. He has been using Twitter to do some promoting. I'm not sure how big his reach is on Twitter though, but I know I've been seeing it. Soul Ad points out
great
that
campaign page.
yeah, having no digital and no international is leaving money on the table. And then, someone pointed out that it was $35 to get them all. Although you back that buy all and you get only 25. So yeah, you're saving.
Yeah.
Astro Zombie. And Sumo's pointing out that he feels bad paying $5 for an original sketch. I really think he might be shortchanging him on that, but I think that is a nice way to, because we saw that he's selling some. It had people that were backing. I think it was the featured tier. It showed that he already sold 2 of the add-ons to go with it. So it's nice that he's doing the add-ons with it. And hey Sumo, thanks for joining. Probably feels right for a price if he's really enjoys doing the doodles. Won't argue with that. True. And looking at it, they weren't super detailed sketches, but it is nice that it is the cartoon style, so they're going to look like what they pretty much are in the book. And it is signed, and it's a 5x7. It's not just a what do you call it, sketch card.
Yeah, I feel like them being priced so low would really just kind of move me to buy all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna pick just one. Just do them
Well,
all.
The one thing that kind of bugs me about that, and I suppose if I read more of the internal pages, I might know who's who. But there's been times that, people will offer the sketch cards or will offer a sketch or will do whatever, and they name their characters. I'm like, oh, this is the first time I've seen the book. I don't know who the characters are.
Right.
So I'm like, how do I know if I want this person versus that person versus whomever?
Exactly.
And I know when Shane launched Inglorious Rex, he kind of didn't, at least not that I saw, didn't go into it a lot beforehand, where I knew exactly who Rex was, who 232 was, who Animatronic was, who.
Yeah. But if you're thinking about it in terms of buying it for a child, like, when a new movie comes out and they get a character and a Happy Meal, they haven't seen the movie yet. They don't know if it's a villain or what. They're just getting, like, if you were just to randomly select one, but then if you bought them all, there's no qualms. See, it's just easier to buy them all.
Right? There you go. Jari points out no international, no digital means he can't back this. I know, and it's unfortunate because it seems like some of the ones that were excited to see this seem like they were international backers. And, Pum, I hope you work out something in regards to that sooner than later, because there is interest by the looks.
So maybe once he funds and actually gets to the fulfillment part, maybe just go back while he's in demand and add that international.
Right.
Hopefully he reconsiders a digital.
That's true. And he could easily add on that tier if he wanted to right now, if he chose to.
Yeah.
But there are some people that feel strongly about not doing it, and I'm not quite sure I've heard where Pum's back lies in that. Samo points out, don't feel bad. At least you can back Earth's Best Friends. You can get your name on his coffee cup. Feel like it's time to sketch, pack, and ship. It's more than a $5 value. Maybe for a con sketch. Yeah, because you're right there and they're just turning it over. Hey, James. Thanks for joining. And Mr. Good Stuff points out to smack that like button. Yes,
it's
thank
free.
You guys for that. It is free. Let's see. Was there anything else? We covered all the tiers for that, right?
Yes, we did.
And he did make funding, which was nice. He did do a ninja launch, so most people probably aren't completely aware of it yet. So if you want to back it, definitely keep that on your radar. Back it now, whatever. Even if you can't back it now, it would definitely be nice if you share it out, both that and Earth's Best Friends. They could definitely use some eyes on there. My computer just beeped at me. I don't know what it did. Don't
Oh.
touch the computer. It's going to explode.
Don't leave me, Amanda.
I know. You're closing the show. Well, good thing we're about the end. So if it does, you're just like, sorry, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah. Peace out.
So, yeah, share out, look at, encourage others to look at. Thank you for the people that have been here looking at this with me. I am not always a negative Nelly about certain things. I do find the goods and the bads. At least I try to find the goods and the bads. But there are some that just confuse me, and if I'm confused, there's no coming back from that.
They can't all be equal, right? And you ended on a positive, so that's what's important.
Right. I think, and I'm not sure where Pum would have gotten his insight from like building a campaign page, but I think he's done well to provide what needs to be provided, that people know exactly what you're getting and where. And he also included the fact, hey, I don't offer this, but it's coming, or like why I didn't offer it or whatnot. But so
I feel like Jim's sort of appreciating the clear-cut conciseness. That seems to be, isn't that usually what Jim says, where he's like, no, that's too much. Cut it down.
Yeah,
cut it down.
Too much words.
Too many words.
Right. And it's good that, Pum included some of the internal pages, the covers, like it's all pretty neatly there, almost wrapped and tied in a nice package where you just, hey, I want this, and then you just gotta wait for it to come to your doorstep. But it's not as instant like Earth's Best Friends say.
And Earth's Best Friend, there's hope for it. I think probably, like you were saying, it's more than likely just lack of experience, and could have been the first time he's ever set up a page like that before.
Exactly.
I wouldn't know what to do unless I had somebody holding my hand through the whole thing. So
that is very true, because he's on not episode 4, but issue 4 or book 4, or however you want to look at that.
Yeah.
So he's probably ironed out a few kinks as far as the book is concerned in the past, but not necessarily the campaign page. And that's what we're looking for. I'm sure the book that you'll get would be okay. Like the art on those pages looked okay, and whatnot. Sounds like it might be pretty entertaining. Actually, no, I don't know if it sounds like it might be entertaining because I don't know nothing about the stories. But it is what it is. But yeah, so let's just catch up with Jack one more, and then we'll close this out. If anybody has any last minute questions, concerns, we are just over the hour. We will call it a day. We'll be more definitive than that. Thank you, Skip, for joining, even though it's at the last minute. How's your driving going? You mentioned earlier that he'd be watching and driving.
Oh, eyes on the road, Skip.
And
I think James is asking you a question.
Yeah, I was going up to see if I missed anything, but I did see James' question. All right. So what turns you off buying into a crowd-funded campaign the most? Not knowing what I'm getting.
Yeah.
And if I have to search around for what I'm getting, it should be.
Have you seen the polls that, people always do the polls on Twitter like that? Like, what do you like the most? What turns you off the most? What's going to, does a creator and their personality turn you off? Or of all of the factors that I've seen, I think that the thing that makes me buy them is the presentation. So I would think that the thing that makes me not buy them would also be the presentation, how it's presented to me. Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. And if, it might be nice if you had you saw Earth's Best Friends on a live stream, which I don't know if I don't think I've seen him on any stream promoting his book. I know Mo said earlier that he tried to get him on Bancroft's, and I think they were so close, but at that point he wasn't available. But that's definitely a campaign that you need to see someone explaining to you, because that campaign page is not telling much of anything.
And that's a good way too to get feedback. I mean, when you're throwing it out there, people are gonna, the person's not even here and we're given helpful tips, hopefully. I'm nobody to give any tips. I've never set up a campaign page in my life. I've looked at them. I've looked at a decent amount, but I'm nobody
usually
to
when I get done with this and I update the thumbnail on the video, I'll usually share it on Twitter, and I usually tag the backers if I know the tags for the backers.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure I could find Earth's Best Friend. So he probably will be watching this, whether he enjoys what he's heard or not. But, bottom line, we do wish everybody the best. That's why one of the
Absolutely.
reasons why I do it here, or do this here, is to get eyes on the page. I don't know if we've had the consistent viewers that we've had throughout the whole thing, but I have seen like 20 some odd people come in, and I know overall not a whole bunch of people. Like viewer count isn't super high, but it is. I have fun discussing this stuff with you and whatnot, and I know for a fact that some people have backed books based on conversations we've had here. So, even if it's just one book that gets backed a month, I feel rewarded for buying it because, we're getting eyes on it.
I agree with you 100%. I absolutely, I think I might actually end up backing Unemployed Monsters because I think it looks cute. And yeah,
And you're a Rick and Morty
for
fan.
for me, yeah, Rick and Morty and Bob's Burger fan. So
Yeah. Hey, GP. And Soul's like, what? Women are visual creatures? Say it ain't so.
yeah,
So James says, if the presentation and clarity or presentation is the key, then can you each show us an example of the best campaign page that makes your point? I can show you a good campaign page. Actually, my favorite, if we want to take that moment. But Unemployed Monsters, I thought, was a really good example of a pretty well put together campaign page. Let's see, I'll pull up my favorite. Do you have one that comes to mind?
One of the things that I've actually found, and it was quite clever because it made me, and I do bring up Rich Ayala a lot, but with his campaign, I liked the fact that he was going back and adding original art tiers periodically and just sort of adding more, and it got me to spend more money. I mean, and I can be quite frugal, but I thought it was genius, and he was doing it with the original art because the first set had sold out so quickly. So it was like, instinctively knew there was a hunger for it and put more, and they sold out every time. And I thought, damn, good going,
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. That is one way that, people get the oomph in the beginning of the campaign. If they're doing like a 30 and 30, they get an oomph in the middle of the campaign, just due to the algorithms. But you get like the stale part in the middle. And it is nice to offer something in the middle. And a lot of people get kind of irritated if you're adding like new books, new covers, because they've already backed once. But if you're doing original art, that stuff gets shipped separately. That stuff has a separate shipping, whatnot. Something like that's nice. Like I know the Zaid brothers do it with their campaigns. They get guest artists that come in and do like 2 or 3 sketch cards. And people are coming to the campaign specifically for that, and then they're fighting to get what's the limited edition, whatever they're trying to get, which is nice. It is nice. I do like that practice. All right, so the one that I like is, you can see us. You can see this, right, Mrs.?
No.
Oh yeah, because you're on screen. You're on StreamYard. All right, I'm hoping everybody can see this. I'm assuming I'm sharing, right? I can't see. All right. Anyways, if you're looking at the chat, let me know if they're saying they can't see it.
I don't see. I just switched over to YouTube. I don't see anything.
Oh, damn it. Am I that delayed? Oh, you know why? Anyways.
There it is. There it is.
I forgot the button part. Okay, so Bombs the Drive is actually one of my favorite Indiegogo campaigns that I have seen. Now, I didn't mind the book. I thought the book was good, but this is one of the better campaigns I've seen. And of course, it's not going to... Oh, yeah, continue reading. So some people would recommend not doing this because I think these are all images. But look at the artwork for this. You got Volume 1, The Drive by Nerium. Here's the story. Then you're following this line down, and you're reading things, the font is big. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a whole bunch of jibber jabber, I guess you could call it. It breaks things down like, oh, there's one section, but nope, there's a cross. It covers the next section. Here's your, cover, your interior art. Then you go into your characters, which some people like this, some people don't. I don't mind it so much here. I like how she has it set up. You got the image, you know exactly who's who with the name next to it.
Yeah.
I love the setup. I think it's colorful. It's great. You got like the ombre-ness to each section.
And there is
That's
something to be
cool.
said about that larger and bold font. And
The
then
ombre.
even just separating at that extra space between, the paragraphs or the sections.
Yep.
Your eyes will instantly, when you see like 4 paragraphs in a row in extra small font, they're going to reject a lot of it before you even get your brain on board.
You just like, I
I
don't know,
do
the
like
way
that.
the images, it's like it makes you want to look down with the
Mhm.
lines. I don't know. There's interiors,
And the
sample
changes
pages.
colors, the colors
Yeah.
change. I just
What
did that.
more? More art.
And there's babes. That's a plus for most.
Yeah. It is kind of a long scroll, but I don't know. It's not a lot of reading. It's not a lot of, hey, like I can easily look at this and visually see everything that she's talking about. I'm not reading it. So honestly, I think this is one of the best campaigns setup wise. But from what I understand, doing JPEGs like that on a campaign page is a PIA, and I'm not sure how easy she did it or any of the details regarding that. I just know visually, I love that campaign page.
I haven't seen one like it, so that's very unique.
Let me go back up. I did see more. I saw Mediagraphia. So Roquefort is here. Roquefort hashtag. He's back at number 11. So thank you for doing that.
Nice.
I'm sure the creator thanks you as well. So Mo Biggs found the Kickstarter for Earth's Best Friends 3 that has pages from the book and character portraits. He doesn't know why Indiegogo has no art. Isn't it easier to put images on Indiegogo than it is Kickstarter too? Which, is really not making sense to me. So I agree with Miss G. He didn't have one here's art tier, but had each piece on its own original perk over time. Really clear. Yeah.
Thanks, Ape. I knew I liked you.
And James says he hasn't seen Miriam around lately. Hope she's okay. She's probably hard at work on the book. I know I've seen some updates from number 2, so I don't know. I'm thinking that's launching very soon.
Posting stuff on Twitter today.
Yeah, Soul is pointing out this is how you set up your Indiegogo. Miriam nails it. I think there are some that do it really well. Like if you're looking for the basic setup to answer it, the Unemployed Monsters is probably your go-to, but the Bonds is visually stimulating. Wait. Maybe I shouldn't say that because it's just but
visually stimulating.
Anyways.
You see Abe's comment? I know a girl named Pia.
Yeah.
Never put that together till today.
All right, so I think that is about it. Now, Mrs., thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely,
I really
thank you for having me.
appreciate you coming on at the last minute. I like being able to bounce something off of somebody or offering a second opinion and not feeling like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. Now, you have more that you're doing later on today. What are you doing later on today?
Good Stuff and I are doing a show at 8:00, and we're going to have Justin Belmont on. First part of it, we're going to talk about the Night Stalker and the Cecil Hotel, just going with the Halloween October theme, something spooky. So I've got some videos and information on that. And then Justin Belmont, he's doing some alterations to his campaign. He's in demand now, but he's, I think, added some additional tiers. So we'll take a look at that.
I heard that he added some stuff. I don't know that I've looked at it since he has, but yep.
And Justin's fun. So we're just gonna hang around and stream before House of the Dragon tonight, the season finale. I'm so freaking excited.
Nice. Now you said that is at 8 o'clock, right? I don't know if
Yes, we are streaming at 8 o'clock Eastern tonight.
if Mo is still there, if Mo can drop that link for the good stuff so people can find it a little bit easier. But that is tonight, 8 o'clock in what, 3.5 hours ish for those of you that are not on East Coast time. And then there's me. I'm trying to think, when is the next time I'm streaming? I know we did the chat last night. We're not doing it this coming week. I imagine it'll probably be doing this here next weekend, same Sunday at 3 p.m. But yeah, that is me. Thank you guys for joining. And we will see you. I feel like I'm waiting for somebody to post stuff. Actually, you know what? Everybody can wait. I'll make sure to
to post the link.
Yeah. But I don't think it's just that.
I
think I'm just waiting for somebody to say more too. Hang on, let me get to where the stream is.
Oh, you don't have to post it. It's okay.
No, I want to. As long as, we'll get what people that are here if they're not heading out right now. They can wait.
Slackers, how many wrenches do you have? Have you given out a proper amount of wrenches?
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. Jim is actually the one that did the wrenching. So I don't know. My phone is so acting up.
Like Mo and Jim were your only wrenches in here today. You need to wrench up.
Although I don't know.
I know you don't want to have too many. I know there's like some people like Rex, the minute he sees you for the first time, he's like, let me give you a wrench. Everybody
Everybody's in there. I know we were talking about wrenches last night and like, whose channels you have wrenches on and whether or not you think it's an honor type of thing. But I know in some of the wrenches, some of the chats, it is nice to have them. Like it is an honor to be able to have that trust that they think that you're going to do a good job with the wrenching. But, I was talking about how there's so many people out there that are really good at what they do as far as like doing the wrenches, although some of them can be a little overmuch with just random links. But it's like, well, they're here. Why do I want to do it? Well, not want to do it, but why do I need to do it? They're putting in the work. So I am a lazy wrench thrower.
There's those special moments where you're the only, wrench that's present in the group and you get to drop one. You're like, yes, nailed it. Another month until I'll be needed.
Yeah. All right. So I did drop that. I don't see it. Do you see it? Because I see it on YouTube, but I don't see it in StreamYard. Unless it's taking such a long time to come over.
I don't see it in either.
I was just posting a channel to Jim is here. I was posting a channel to the good stuff, which I see that I did it in YouTube because I did it on my phone, but I'm not seeing it in. Yeah, Seoul says nope, not. All right, I'm in my bro. Let me try this again. I'm gonna spam the own chat.
There it is. I think Jim got it for you.
All right, thank you, Jim. And I did just try it again, so maybe it's not
it's trying to make a fool out of you is what's happening.
Exactly. Or my phone is, I'm trying to push buttons on my phone. I probably need to restart it, and it's not working very well. So I think I'm having issues with my phone. But thank you, Jim. Thanks for doing that. And we could say good night, and I'll be in the chat at the Good Stuffs tonight. So we'll see you there if you guys are there. It's usually a fun time over there if you haven't been there. It's pretty funny. I like
got a lot of new videos for tonight too. So
all right, guys, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope we weren't too hard on some of the things, but sometimes it is needed. Tough love, right?
Everyone
Opinions
needs a little.
are alike because everybody has them. Good night, guys. Bye.
Adios.